everybody knows in the media right now, the Carolina Panthers are just the garbage franchise of the NFL right now. Nothing seems to be going right. Every draft pick they make is terrible. Every offseason acquisition they do just goes down the shooter. Other than that, we are going to be asking, what's wrong with the Carolina Panthers?
So in recent years, they've traded guys away like Christian McCaffrey, who I thought was their mainstay, someone that the fans loved and respected and wanted to see behind their team for a long time, but they ended up trading him away to San Francisco. Don't get much back out of him. They trade another guy away like Brian Burns. And again, he was the heartbeat of their defense. I know they gave Derek Brown that big contract, but I don't think you can replace a double-digit sack guy. So,
and then ever since then, for me, the biggest thing is the quarterback position. Cam Newton was elite at his position, and I know age and just wear and tear got to him. But ever since then, you've had Sam Darnold, you've had Bryce Young, you had who was the quarterback out of Ole Miss?
Chad Kelly?
Not Chad Kelly.
Oh, Matt Corral.
Matt Corral. You've had Matt Corral.
Yeah, that was a terrible pick in the third round.
Yeah, you just had a lot of whiffs at the quarterback position. You had Baker Mayfield. I forgot about Baker.
Well, they had him on the defensive side, so I think he might have been the real heartbeat. Maybe that's why they traded Brian Burns away.
They saw something, you know.
He's got that dog in him. He's looking really good, actually, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But yeah, they picked Akeem Iwanu out of NC State a few years ago, and I've seen some tape on him. He looks absolutely lost at the left tackle position, so there's just a lot of questionable calls by their general manager, Dan Morgan, and what Tepper has done to step in. And, I heard he basically called the shots over Frank Wright and wanted Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. And I wasn't totally sold on C.J. Stroud coming out, but I saw more out of him because I think – granted, I know they say he had a lot at Ohio State, but Bryce Young was playing again behind NFL-ready offensive line. It's one of those things, Bryce Young, has he lost his confidence to you?
I feel like, I think he has lost his confidence. I mean, you have nothing that you're playing for that's good for you at this moment. You could get traded anywhere, in my opinion, and become a...
But that's not for a whole nother year. So now he's sitting, waiting behind Andy Dalton. And it's like, is he now your bridge quarterback because you messed up again? So, I mean, they could be looking at, I don't even know if they have their draft pick this year again.
No, I don't think they do.
So that's another thing. They basically went all the way up for this guy, traded away DJ Moore, too, now that I think about it. I mean,
gave the Chicago Bears essentially Caleb Williams, which we don't know how he's going to be yet, but you could have had your pick of the litter between him, Daniels, or Drake May.
Yeah, good point.
Now, I got to ask, how much longer do you think that this is going to last for the Carolina Panthers?
Any team could turn it around with a few good drafts and stuff, but they just don't seem to draft well, and they give up a lot of picks for nobody players like Deontay Johnson. I thought that was a dumb trade at the time, and he hasn't really done much through 2 games. I know it's only been 2, but is Andy Dalton really going to step up his performance? I don't see that happening. We're just wondering how those fantasy teams looking. We're starting out between about 3 teams total.
Yep.
1-5, so.
Not good, not bad.
That means that things are only on the way up.
We've had a lot of injuries so far between Christian McCaffrey. That
hurts.
That came out of nowhere. That was the biggest surprise to me.
Then David Njoku, our starting tight end.
Yep.
That sucks. I mean, we had Brock Bowers who got 19.8 points, so I think he's going to actually end up being better than Njoku in the end. So I'm excited for him.
Is there anybody on our bench that you might switch out this week?
Switch in?
Switch in.
We have Roma Dunze. I know he hasn't looked good through a few weeks. A guy I would like to see get a little bit more respect is Jalen Polk. They got him the ball in the second drive, but after that they kind of went away from him.
They just fizzled out.
Yeah, so I'd like to see him get more involved. We're down by what looks to be about 22 points, so Drake London, if you could have a big game tonight, that would be great.
Last final thoughts that I have is we have the Patriots versus the Jets this upcoming Thursday night football, and I'm going to be taking a Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown. Other than that, just make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everybody that watches.
And get more involved in the comments. We really want to see you guys get fan engaged with us.
Exactly. Yeah, the more you guys talk, the more that we can answer your questions. We can have more fun with it. We can really grow this channel further.